Hello YouTube viewers and Harry Potter fans and Disney fans, I guess, and people who want to see Wreck-It Ralph. So, I went to see Wreck-It Ralph last night, and I just wanted to review it and tell you guys about it and just tell you if you would want to see it. Now, I can't speak for everybody, of course, but I just want to say like a general idea of who, or like, if say like, I'd guess if you would want to see it. So anyway, let's start. Okay, I just want to tell you a little bit about it, because if I don't tell you about it, I can't really say. If I don't give you some percentage of what's going on, you'll just be lost during this review. So, it takes place in an arcade, and the main game, well, not the main game of the arcade, but the main game that this focuses on is Fix-It Felix Jr. And in that game, Wreck-It Ralph, the title character, goes and like destroys this building, like all the windows, and then Fix-It Felix comes and fixes them. It's a pretty simple game. But anyway, Ralph feels, I just keep mispronouncing that. Anyway, Ralph feels pretty bad because nobody likes him. He has to sleep in the dump. He can't sleep in the building. It's like it's a real life thing. So, when Ralph has finally had it, he wants to get another medal. I mean, not another, he didn't have one in the first place. He wanted a medal, so he could, they said that people would like him more if he was told by the people who lived in the building in the game that, I don't want to make this too long, just a summary, but he was told that if he got a medal, people would like him more. So, he goes to a few other games and he tries to get a medal. Okay, I'll just stop there. And he tries to maintain his medal. Anyway, I saw this because I wasn't too interested in the plot. I don't play too many video games. I just thought, this might be cute, and I'd get DMR points, Disney Movie Rewards points. So I just said, why not? So I went to go see it. So now I'm going to point out some good things about the movie and some bad things about the movie and tell you what I thought about it. I have this little thing here of my notes. So, first, I thought the story and the plot were unique and very successful. I mean, people just fell in love with this plot, like the universe that they're in. It was unique, but it was a little bit like Toy Story, I guess, with personifying characters that aren't human. But it was. I thought it was still pretty unique, video game characters, and I felt it was amazing artwork and animation. Like, Disney is always top-notch, even though this was not a Pixar movie. It was just top-notch, looked great. I did see it in 3D, but it was still, it probably would have been as great if you didn't. So, yeah. And how they did the animation was really cool. Like, you saw a lot of the characters, like, was kind of robotic. I thought that was pretty cool, personally. Now, the one downside about that was Ralph, I'll pronounce it right this time, Ralph himself didn't move all robotic. It was kind of like as you would see it in the game. It wasn't like the modern Mario Kart. It's not like the modern Mario Kart where you it's computer animation, it's great. It was like, little pixels and stuff. Kind of like Pac-Man, So, anyway, don't want to spend too much time on that. it had really surprising, great comedy. That I don't know if you would classify it as a comedy movie, but it just had some really funny parts. I don't want to go into specifics or tell you any jokes, but it was really funny. Okay, and what I think one of some criteria for me for a good movie is if I feel like they took that comedy, great comedy, and you felt really sympathetic for Ralph because he was not liked, and you felt bad for him, and that's not quite drama, but you took that comedy and a little tiny bit of drama, but it was just blended perfectly. And I think that really is what tells you what a good movie is. And next, oh yeah, and I think part of the blending of the genres, well, not really blending of genres, but having you never feel like it doesn't work like sad, happy, or sadness in comedy, but I feel like it really had a lot to do with John C. Reilly, the guy who plays Ralph. I pronounced it right this time. His voice acting, the directing, and the writing. Though the writing tells you like what to say, and it didn't like overlap them. The directing, of course, kind of brings it all together. It didn't like make lines overly dramatic, overly sad from what the writer made. And of course it has to do with the voice acting, how it sounds, I guess. It's kind of different with animation though. But anyway, those three elements I felt were, had a lot to do with it. And then, I'm sorry, this is getting kind of long. I'll try to wrap it up as quickly as I can. But it really, I'm not a gamer, and it still appealed to me. It really can get you to really enjoy it. I really enjoyed it, and I've hardly ever played video games. And you still could fall in love with the plot, still fall in love with the characters. That's pretty good. I mean, to have a plot all about video games, it's kind of like The Blind Side did for me. I'm not too much into football, but I still love that movie. But anyway, I don't want to get too off track. But there were some parts it was really suspenseful. I mean, you didn't know, especially towards the end, like the climax, you really didn't know what was going to happen. That was just a little thing I realized. And the message it shows a message at the end. I don't want to really tell you the end, but it gives you a really good message. And I had a long list of positives. It was a really good movie to give me this many positives. I only had a few negatives. So the negatives are, I felt like though it was pretty good throughout the entire movie, it started way up here. If you can see that, way up here, and it went a little bit down. As in, like, it loses a little bit of momentum. But, I feel like it started really high, though. So it wasn't bad. It was by no means bad when it kind of went a slight bit down. But, then there was also a scene of one of those violent video games, well, a parody of one of those violent video games. That I'm not really into violent video games, something like Black Ops or something, or I don't know. But anyway, that didn't appeal to me. That was kind of when it started to barely go down, and then it kind of went up. But anyway, that scene just didn't appeal to me. But to you, if you're a video game fan, you'll probably love that scene. So it's kind of subjective. So there was a Willy Wonka-like parody I felt, and that was in one of the games, It was called Sugar Rush, and that just kind of seemed odd, I guess. I mean, it didn't take away from the movie too much, but it was just weird. I mean, and Willy Wonka has nothing to do with video games. But anyway, and one more thing I realized, I couldn't put it in a positive or negative, because I felt like it could be either. So oh, my poster. It's okay. So I felt there were two plots, one that I told you about and one that gets in later into the movie. They blended together really well. Say like the first one just kind of went into the second, and they fixed that, and they went back to the first. That was kind of odd. I thought it could confuse people a little bit, even though it was kind of a smooth transition back and forth. But for some people, that may confuse them, so I couldn't really put it as a positive or as a negative. So my overall thoughts, I thought it was a great movie. Definitely go check it out. Even if you don't like video games, it's still pretty good. I mean, I liked it, and I'm not a gamer. I didn't have too many negatives even. I just ran it on about a whole lot of positives. So I would definitely go see this movie, and I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It was just really good. It won't quite blow your mind. I don't want to compare it to Harry Potter. But anyway, I just kind of did. But anyway, I don't know if it'll stay as big. I don't mean to compare it to Toy Story, but I don't know if it will last 15 years. Has it been 15 years since the first Toy Story? No, it's been about 12? No, not 12. It's been like 17. Anyway, I'm actually pretty good at math, but I don't know what happened right there. But anyway, I don't know if it'll stay as I don't know if it'll be one of Disney's most popular films 17 years later. I mean, even if they do sequels, I don't know if it's going to be so high up there with Disney. But I mean, you should definitely go check it out. I mean, it's very enjoyable. So, thank you guys. I'm sorry it's getting kind of long, but anyway, go see Wreck-It Ralph and watch Harry Potter. And don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment. Yeah, I want to hear your guys' comments. So, like, if you can tell me ways I can do reviews better. So I haven't done too many, so if you guys can just tell me, like, anything I can improve on, that would be great. So thank you guys. See you later. Peace.